Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Camila Squad, and happy Friday to everyone. It is about, I think it's a little bit after 7 right now, 7 in the morning. Right now when I'm recording. So, happy Friday. Fridays, January the 3rd, 2025. Oh, that sounds so weird. Y'all saying 2025, but we made it. Still excited to be here in this, to see a new year and rejoice in it. Happy Friday, everyone. Today is a lovely day. I don't think I told y'all I'll be traveling this either Sunday or Monday. I'm kind of undecisive on which day I'm going to choose to do so. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and go with Sunday. So I can take Sunday and kind of just Musa. And then, yeah, so Sunday. But I'll be traveling again, and it's going to be me and my lovely Leisha going together. So it's just going to be her and I solo. So I'm excited about that. She's excited as well. But I jumped on today because I wanted to talk to y'all about something, Camila Squad. And this is a very, 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 to me, important topic. It might be two videos or two topics in one. The first thing that I want to talk about is basically I think a lot of times when we're in situations and God is working on us, we tend to just think it's our mate, our spouse that we're with, or our husband, that we're with, and a lot of things is just pertaining to them. And we have to be very, very, very careful with that, because the enemy, the devil, when I say the enemy, will use anyone. It's not just your mate. It's not just your spouse. And I get it. Your spouse or your husband or your wife is someone that you're really, 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 really close to. So a lot of times we think when we hear that the devil is attacking or something like that, we automatically assume it's the person that we're laying next to or the person that we're the closest with. And a lot of times that's not it. Sometimes the people that's trying to tear you away from your partner is the person that you need to watch out for, because that the enemy is using them. A lot of times also when we're going through our transformation and our spiritual growth is growing, a lot of times we're thinking people that need to be removed from our life are the people that don't need to be removed, and we're holding on to people that we think are meant to be there for good, and they're not meant for good. They're meant for evil as well. So I just felt led to make this video because I was watching someone else, and I just started watching this young lady. It's probably been about 2 weeks, but I'm noticing most of her content is based on her past relationship. And she's basically just telling, like, all of her content is basically telling you to leave somebody, leave this person, leave. And I'm somebody who I'm not big on is just your partner. It can be a lot of people in your life that's hindering you and making you just not healthy for you. It can be a lot of people. It's not just your romantic partner. And I think we have to really be aware of that, because we can be keeping, I say it all the time, best friends, family members. I really speak highly on that, on watch everybody that's around you. It can be anyone, your cousins, your sisters, your brothers, it can be church members. It can be your children. It can be, who did I leave out? Mama, daddy, best friend. It can be your friends. It can be your associates. It can be your coworkers. I really try to speak on that and be very, very, very intentional when I say that, because a lot of times we can be pointing at just this one person in our life and, oh, this is the only person. No, you may need to leave that job. You may need to get you a new set of friends. You may need to back away from family members. So when you pray, be very intentional about when you're praying. Like when I was going through my stuff, I literally was praying, remove anyone who is not for me. Help me back away from them. And God just started literally dropping people like flies, and he's still removing people or just having me back away from certain people. So that's why I'm saying, oh, but that's why I'm saying, I was reading something that came across my screen. So that's why I'm saying be very intentional with your prayers, and don't just direct it towards one person. Like, oh, I feel like it's this one person, so let me just pray them away. No, you need to pray for anybody who's not for you to be moved away. And then sometimes it can be, I say this too, like it doesn't have to be people that really don't like you or people that don't understand you. It could just be people where y'all just don't mix together. Your personalities don't mix. So I also feel like don't force relationships to be something that they're not. And we have to really watch that as well. Like some people, you just have to feed them with a long candle spoon, and it's okay, because your personalities may clash. And also somebody may not be where you're at spiritually. They may not be where you're at mentally. Y'all know I'm a big advocate on mental health and also spiritual health. So when I say mentally, if you're going and you're getting a thing, you're working on your tools, putting tools in your toolbox because you're going to counseling, or you have a life coach, or you have a therapist, or maybe you even taking medication, you're going to have different tools than someone who needs those same things and they're not doing them. So, and sometimes we can talk to people and tell them what we think they may need. But if they choose not to do what's needed for them, then we have to maybe move away, like back away from them and allow them to make their own choices. You can't force anybody to do anything. But I just thought it was real important for me to jump on and say that, because when she was talking, and it's been the last couple of videos that I have watched of hers, where I'm like, she's just basically talking about one person, and you can really tell by what she's saying, she's focused on one person in her life, and she's making that abroad for everyone that watches her content. And I don't want my channel to be like that. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, she's just talking about obviously a friend, or she's just talking about a spouse, or she's just talking about, no, my whole dynamic in the last year and a half has changed drastically with several people. It's not one person that I'm just talking about and I'm singling out. It has changed drastically when it came to my work environment. Like, everything in my life has changed drastically, even the way that I move, the conversations that I have. So yes, several people had to be removed from my life, and it's been a couple of people that was in my life that I thought meant me good, and they couldn't mean me good if they didn't mean themselves any good. If you don't have the tools, if someone doesn't have the tools to do what they need to do for themselves in a positive way, they definitely can't give you the tools for you. So if you're asking someone for advice and they're not even doing right in their life, that's kind of crazy. And I definitely dropped the ball. I done that. Y'all know I'm very transparent on my page. On my channel, I'm not embarrassed to share where I failed, where I dropped the ball, and I picked it back up, and then I dropped it again, then I picked it back up. I'm not ashamed of that, because it may help somebody else. And I'm saying all this, don't go off of the age of a person. We tend to do that too. We'll say, oh, they're so wise because they're this age and they have so many years on me. You can still be more intelligent to certain things than people that's older than you. And I think that's something that we really, really have to focus on. Also, a person can know the Bible and not know the Bible. And what I mean by that, a person can pray over you and just have all these great intentions, talk about God a lot, but if they're not following the word, that is not of God. It's definitely not of God. So we have to be really intentional about all of those things. Like a person that you're asking to pray for you, a person that you're seeking advice from, especially if you're somebody who's very, very spiritual. This needs to be someone that you know is very intentional when it comes to the word of God. They have to really be using God at the head of their life, at the foot of their life. And I always say in the middle as well. A lot of people just say the head and the tail, like the Alpha and the Omega. I'm like all up in it, like the head, the tail, the middle, because we can fall short, especially once we get to that middle where it's like I'm not where I was, but I'm not where I need to be. That middle is so, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm right at the middle of my journey. And this is the hardest part for me. This is really hard for me where I'm at now. And I just want to make sure that if I'm talking to people about anything, I'm being very transparent, and I'm trying to give you all the tools that you need, because several people are watching my videos for inspiration. And I don't want you to think because of somebody who's older who may be at your church and they've been sitting in the same spot for 25 years. But if you know that Sister Bertha is someone who keeps up a lot of chaos in the church, why are you going and asking her to pray for you and seeking advice from her? All because she's been there sitting in that same spot for 25 years and she's 70 or however old she is. No, that doesn't mean that you need to be seeking advice for her. Even sometimes it may be a family member, older aunt or a mom or anybody. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But that doesn't mean that they're the people that you need to go to seek advice. And we have to really, really pay attention to that. Be very intentional. First of all, the first person you should be going to for advice or to seek anything is God. And then I also say I'm a big believer that God, if he wants you to have conversations with people about certain things that he's talking to you about, he'll direct you to them people. He will definitely direct you to them people, and it'll be very clear. It'll be very clear. And that's what I had to do. I really had to mute myself. In May is when I started really, really just muting myself and being, it was about May when I started muting myself and being more intentional about who I was having conversations with. Let me see. Maybe it was probably April or May, somewhere up in there, but I was just being more intentional about who I was having conversations with, about what, and then I just gradually started like, ooh, this is a touchy relationship. Let me remove myself. And it wasn't to be mean towards anyone else. It wasn't to hurt anyone. It was just my relationship with him had grown drastically, and things just started shifting where I knew that the relationships that I was having, some of them needed to be, the dynamic of them definitely had to change. So I wanted to be obedient to God, and I had just got started. So it was basically certain people, it was a slow process, but so just watch that, and don't always think it's just people that are really, really close to you, the people that you see every day, or even the people that you talk to every day. That's something else. Because for me, it also had to shift when it came to people that didn't have relationships with me based on who I was. It was based on what I offered. And what I mean by that, the people that go weeks or months without talking to you, but then anytime they need something, that's when they're reaching out to you, or they're sending you a text message or calling your phone when they need something. You know what's funny? I have realized that I have a lot of people have and had a lot of people that's in my life because of what I have to offer them. And what's even crazier about it, the people that I thought was in my life because of what I had to offer them were not. And that's crazy. We'll single it out and we'll say, this person don't really care. They this, that, and others just because of what I can do. And then when you start going through your transitional phase and you start looking and just identifying certain things about certain people, the people that you thought were in your corner genuinely are the people that wasn't. And it's like, oh, wow, I removed this person thinking that it was them, and this person thinking that it was them, and these people, and stop doing this. And it's like, but now that I'm still here with them and they're still in my, like, I don't know, things look a little different. And that definitely with me, I'm gonna be very transparent. It was even people that I was talking to about people that I felt needed to be removed. And the people that I was talking to about other people was actually the people that needed to be removed. So that's why I'm saying be very careful and just make sure you're doing a broad, like a really overall prayer about what you want, what you need, what you desire, and what God wants for you. And don't eliminate people that don't need to be eliminated without praying and going to God first. And unfortunately, that's what I was doing. Like, I was just going off. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want no more. I'm over it. This person got to go. This person got to go. I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. I'm finna stop doing this, and I ain't gonna ever start doing this because I don't like the way, that's where I was at. I was moving Camila's way instead of God's way. And now I'm moving more intentional with God's way, and I'm making sure that he's ordering all of my steps, even things that it was a lot of things once I started changing the dynamic of stuff. It was definitely a lot of stuff where I'm like, I don't want to do that. It just happened just yesterday where I know God wants me to do things, and I didn't want to do it yesterday. And I even cried because I knew I had to do it. I had to be obedient to God. So I didn't want to do it, but I definitely did do it. And I've been consistent at doing the things that he wants me to do as much as possible. I have been being obedient. And I'm going to shift just a little bit just to share with y'all and be transparent. This stage that I'm at right now in my life, like I said, it's January the 3rd, 2025. And it's hard for me to be obedient. I'm struggling, and I know that's because my relationship with God has gotten a lot closer. So that's the enemy, that's the devil attacking with his ugly self, and he's going to get up off of me. But it's just been kind of hard for me to stay obedient and just do what I need to do. So I have to be very, very intentional with the conversations that I'm having, with the things that I'm doing, some of the stuff that I'm watching, because God is not shifting me. The devil is shifting me, and trying to take me away from my Father, which is God. And I have to stand 10 toes down and let him know, God is my Father and not you. You're trying to step in, but you're not stronger than God. So I'm just trying to be very obedient right now, and where I'm at. And I'm telling y'all, like, it's a struggle, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the challenge because my God has me covered. And I just wanted to really just get on and say that, because when I was watching her content, it's just like, I'm like, she's just straight. And I'm gonna be very, very transparent again. It's like she's somebody who obviously went through a horrible relationship, or maybe relationships. And I think we all have, as men and women, we've all had some tough relationships. But to me, mostly in all of her content just consists on men being so evil. And basically, to me, it's like all men are horrible, and watch yourself content. And I'm not someone, if anybody feels like that's what my content consists of, that's definitely not what my aim is, because there's great people out here, and I'm not going to single out and say all men are horrible, or all women are horrible, or that's not me. I even think there's room for growth for everybody. So somebody can start out, and that's something else that she was speaking about too that did not resonate with me, and it's just my beliefs, because y'all know I also advocate for mental health, and if I'm advocating for that and I'm saying go to therapy, go to counseling, take medication if you need to, you can change. You're not stuck like that. And she was just saying stuff about being someone that gaslight, a manipulator, a narcissist, like all of these things. And she was saying that when you're that. When you're that. You can't say if kids know, then and I'm not somebody who thinks like that. Because if you have any type of mental illness, you don't know unless you're given the tools and you're willing to accept something, right? Like everybody knows, I suffer from anxiety. So my thing was, when I would be on the freeway and going over a high bridge, and I would be freaking out if if the bridge was going to go all the way across, or was we going to, go, if the bridge ended and we was just going to collapse. That was my anxiety. But for me, that was normal. So I did not know that wasn't normal. I thought everybody experienced the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. So if it's somebody that has bipolar schizophrenia that has not got the help for, and they're always spazzing out and they're doing all of these things that's not normal, everything angers them and they're yelling and screaming, for someone who this has been their whole life and nobody has held them accountable for it, they don't know. Now, if you're a parent who have talked to your kids about it, let them know what it looks like. Yes, a child would be able to identify it before an adult would. So the reason I'm saying I didn't agree with what she said is because if I'm teaching my child something that's 9, that a 45-year-old does not know anything about, my 9-year-old would definitely know, and a 45-year-old wouldn't. It's not determined by age. That will piggyback off of what I just said about going to the church and talking to the mother of the church about something and having her pray for you and seeking her advice. But the mother in the church is the most messiest person in the church. So why would I go to her for advice? Her age does not make her more intelligent when it comes to certain things. It's about experience and growth that makes you more intelligent. So that's what I'm saying right there. So just be careful, be very careful. And that just made me think like it's not even the people that's in your life, also the content that we're watching, that we're thinking is helping us, also is something that we really, really, really need to be careful with. Everybody that says they're posting content that's of God is not of God, and may not be on purpose. And I say that a lot as well, because a lot of times people are doing things and it's not intentional. They think they know. It's probably some things that I say, and I say it all the time. If I'm ever speaking out of turn and I'm saying anything, especially about God, about the Bible, or I'm giving scriptures or something, and I'm not dissecting it in the correct way, I want the feedback. And I have had people that's more spiritual than me reach out to me and tell me things that I was not correct on, and I'm here for it because I want to grow. I want to be the best me that I can be, and I also want to be able to pour into people the correct way that I gotta read that. I'll read that in a minute. But I also want to be able to pour into people the correct way. I don't want anyone to be under the impression that I think I know everything. I'm not willing to learn nothing, because I am. But what I'm not willing to do is say somebody is teaching me something and they're not. If it's something that I know I have knowledge on, I'm standing 10 toes down on it. Now, if it's something that I know I don't know, and you giving me advice, okay, I'm here to accept it. But I don't know, her content just did not, it's not sitting with me right. But I'm not being judgmental. I'm just giving my personal opinion about it. I am going to watch a couple of more videos just to see, but it just sounds like like she's focused on one spectrum, and I'm not here for that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick little video, and I'm going to try to be disciplined and post it today, y'all. But I'm starting my work day now, and I just wanted to get on and say that to you guys. I love all of y'all, like for real, for real. I got a whole bunch of this for y'all. That's my heart. That's my heart. I love y'all so much, and I'm loving where we're going. Camila Squad, we're going up, and I do appreciate all of my watchers, but especially my guys out there. Okay, man, I love y'all. I got a lot of love for y'all for just being on and supporting me, because my content originally was for women. It was mom squad. Like, I was trying to reach women, moms, you know, to encourage them. So it's good to know that it's more broad for me, and it's way more people watching my content than I would ever imagine. Shout out to the UK. What other? Oh, I forgot. But yeah, just shout out to y'all, and thank you for watching my content and allowing me to pour into you. And remember, we can get this content out by sharing, by hitting that like button, subscribing to my channel, and also commenting. But yeah, I love each and every one of y'all, and happy Friday. I may do a little content while I'm on the road too. I really wish I could go live. I still can't go live yet, so I will continue to check into that. They said 90 days, and we figured out what the problem was. I think it was Thanksgiving when we figured out what the problem was. So what is that? We're not at 90 days yet. So we're going to see what happens when the 90 days come. But I can't wait to go live with y'all so we can really be more intimate and just have those conversations and stuff. But I love you guys, every one of you, and thank you so much for watching my content and just being supportive. I appreciate it. But don't forget to comment and just tell me, have you ever been in a situation where you confided in someone or wanted to seek advice from someone just because, you know, they were older, and you came to figure out that, okay, this wasn't the best choice for me? Let me know in the comments if that resonates with you at all. Everyone have a happy Friday. Be careful, and the weather's supposed to be nice today. I have to go pick up my rental car, so I'm gonna wear like a little jacket with what I have on. I have on like a little romper, and I just have my hair pulled back today. But it's supposed to be in the 70s today, or 67, one of the two, I forgot. But yeah, I have to go pick up the rental car, and then I'm gonna go to the store, because like I said, Alicia's going with me, and I try to just drive straight when I travel. I don't like to stop, especially when I'm by myself or it's just Alicia and I. So I'm just going to try to do a straight shot when we travel. So I'm gonna make sure I grab snacks and stuff for her. Normally for me, I'll buy me some fruit. I get me some fruit, and I'll get gum, and I'll chew gum and just hit the road. So I'm gonna have to go to the Dollar Tree, because that's where they have my gum at. Get Alicia a couple of snacks for her, and she likes to drink her protein. Get her some protein to last her for the few days that we'll be down there. And you know, all of those little things. Get us some plates, paper towels. Whenever I travel and stuff like that, I don't like to take what's in the house. I like to just buy it for, you know, my travel. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah, and pack today my stuff. Alicia's already packed up. I gotta still pack the rest of my stuff, get my stuff together for like my work stuff, all of that stuff, my work supplies. But I love you, Mom Squad, and everybody have a great Friday. Stay positive, stay optimistic, and I will try to make another video before I start traveling. So that would be today or tomorrow, because I did have something else that I wanted to talk about. But I love you guys. Stay positive, stay uplifted. Remember to allow God to lead your path. If you go down his road, he will not steer you wrong. And again, stay positive. Let God order your steps. Do not order your steps on your own, please. The road might be a little bumpy with God, and you might take you longer to get to your destination, but trust me, it's worth the wait. It's worth it. I love each and every one of you.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours.